What's up, YouTube? King Smog here to pollute your social media feed. Now, I'm usually talking a lot louder, but I got my roommate sleeping next door, but sometimes at nighttime, I'll have these remarkable epiphany that I'm not high and I'm not drunk and I'm not on any kind of, mind-altering substance. So I know it's legitimate, and I know that tomorrow when I wake up, it's not just a passing thought that can be disregarded. So yeah, man, this is a hip-hop channel, but I also talk about social issues, and I give my opinion on not just the social issues, but the social justice that needs to be brought forth in order to remedy these social issues. Because when I was living out there on the streets, man, I saw how society can just put a group of people on complete and total disregard. And I've seen human beings with no humanity, humanity. It just made me want to speak on corruption, not just corruption that the police do, but systematic corruption. And corruption that is built within social structures. It's very blatant, and a lot of people can see it, but most people are too scared to talk about it. Or they're disenfranchised, and they don't think that anything's going to change. If you don't shed light on it, then what do you expect? You gotta be the change that you want to see in this world, man. Now let's take the incident at the Capitol, right? I've been to Washington, D.C. before 9/11. And before 9/11, those buildings were secure as a mother. I was inside of the White House doing a tour, and some old lady who was considerably tired and was just on her feet for too long sat down on a chair, and they got up on her real quick, man. Can't be sitting down right here. You can't tell me that 100 rednecks were able to infiltrate it. Can't. That was an act by the government. Those guys were actors. It's because people have been protesting the police, and every time something like this happens, now the government needs to create a reason for people to rely on them and for people to rely on law enforcement. The pandemic, yeah, I don't think that it's on the level that they say it is. I think that it was inherently just a flu, and the statistics that they were giving us were very much altered. And if they weren't altered, and you look at the statistics of people just dying from the regular flu, they're going to be very much the same. And again, they're requiring the people to rely on them because they are shutting down, they're shutting the country down. So now, of course, we're wanting the government and we're needing the government. And when you're relying on the government, inherently you're relying on law enforcement to protect the government and to ensure that they will be there for the citizens who need them oh so incredibly badly. The introduction of social media and the expansion of mass media in general has allowed people to find out the truth. It has allowed people to figure out what's really going on and who's playing who and who's really banging who in the butt, dude. Figuratively speaking, You have a lot of news-based platforms, media that are dedicated to delivering you straight, unbiased facts. And you also have a lot of the government's biggest enemy, progressive media platforms. Governments are no longer capable of keeping the masses in complete and total terror because the masses are no longer tuning into the same 3-4 news stations that have always been highly susceptible to the government's influence and have always basically kind of been the deliverers of propaganda. You see YouTube, America, Smoggers, when you control the narrative, you control everything.
It don't make any difference how rich you get to be, how much your chairs and tables cost, how great your luxury. It ain't home to you, though it be the palace of a king, until somehow your soul is sort of wrapped around everything. Everything.
Some folks think that money means everything, but there are a lot of folks that's got a little money and don't have no peace of mind.
Now, is this something that's a conspiracy theory? Is this something that, I'm just putting out there because I just hate authority figures and I hate the government? No, it's just common sense. If you would have polled the people of America last year and asked them if an event like this could have possibly taken place, knowing the kind of high security that is around that general area, a good majority would have said no, it is impossible for that to happen. But it happened. So what happened? So what happened? So what happened? The security got lenient. All of a sudden, they just aren't going to show up to work one day? It's commonly referred to as a false flag, and you just got flagged like a gang member, America. It all kind of comes back to the narrative, right? And you can either accept it or reject it. My name's King Smog, and I am going to reject it. Like, comment, and shoot us a boxing, man.